I'm honestly considering changing Deluxe modes for my alarm clock so I can wake up every morning with a smile. And it'll help complement my morning wood every morning.
Alright people, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Our last gacha video did pretty well, so why wouldn't I react to a video regarding Genshin Impact? Alright, this game is going absolutely crazy for an unidentified reason. So today we're going to be diving into the community of Genshin Impact, and boy oh boy, I sprawled upon the greatest video of all time. Hottest Genshin Impact characters tier list. Now ladies and gentlemen, this video can go a number of different ways depending on how this person is going to rank these characters. Because if anybody out of the audience has ever played Genshin Impact, you would know that there's a few, children in that video game. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, that this guy is not like goody old EDP445, but we're about to find out in just a second. Now, audience, before we get into today's video, if you end up enjoying this video by any means, please subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out hottest Genshin Impact characters tier list.
Today I want to take you on a journey, but not some picnic, camp rock, Boy Scout excursion that you're thinking of. No, today we're looking at a capsaicin journey of pleasure, answering the most important question that is yet to be answered. Where do Genshin Impact characters rank on the Scoville scale? We're talking about pure synthesized, non-contaminated spiciness of visual pleasure.
Okay, so this guy's like extremely unfunny in the first like 2 minutes of this video, so we're just gonna skip to the part where he's actually a little bit funny, because guess what, I'm just as excited for this tier list as the next guy here. You know, I'm trying to, sit here and try to get a chub in my nub, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, spice up my pants a little bit, so I'll do everybody a favor and skip the unfunny.
Tier list is pretty simple. I've got most of the characters and a few extra within here. Visual myocardial infarction and Boku no Pico. The Boku no Pico tier will be reserved for all the lollies and the questionably aged characters.
Oh, thank you, good sir. Thank you for actually being a normal Genshin Impact player, unlike the 99.9% of, the player base. I swear, bro, every time a Genshin Impact player sees a kid, they're like, oh! To anybody that is watching this video and just so happens to play Genshin Impact, I would only hope that, you're not like that guy. All I'm saying is that my community is anti-mini-led, anti-EDP, you know what I'm saying? We trying to keep it healthy in the hood.
First character up is Noelle. In terms of Scoville pungency or spiciness, her capsaicinoid levels are pretty high. Her clavicle is S-shaped and very slender. I estimate it to be approximately 16 centimeters in length. Noelle's clavicular head of her sternocleidomastoid muscle is pretty sexy.
I love how this guy's trying to narrow down the bone structure of each and every single character that he sees. And just to set a warning for you guys, okay, this guy loves being just like Moist Critical regarding all the booties and the vagina jokes or whatever. He's extremely unfunny in some aspects. Kind of like an extreme ripoff of Moist Critical, but we can deal with that. We're basically just here to see this guy give his judgment of this girl's bone structure and see if it's going to give him any bone structure. But hey man, as long as you're not reviewing the kids, alright, that's fine.
Male MC Aether is next, and in terms of humidity, I don't think the concentration of water vapor is really present in this character. He's not totally lacking in capsaicin, but I don't really sense too much heat from him. There's not too much perspiration coming out. The organoleptic properties of this character is pretty disappointing. You really want some senses to be exploding and extruding out of every orifice of your body.
The only liquefying experience that I'm having throughout this entire video is this guy's forehead. Jeez, this guy is probably the most greasiest grease ball that I've ever seen. This guy has the audacity to rank someone on how wet they are, how liquefying they are. Then again, I shouldn't be surprised whenever I'm reviewing a Genshin Impact player audience, okay? I think it's kind of expected.
Albedo is next, and he suffers the same fate as Aether, but I argue that it goes a little bit more beyond that. The culinary artist that crafted Albedo didn't really season this character really well. My taste buds are quite disappointed. With every 5-star character, you expect to be inseminated by some beautiful hydroxy-alpha Sancho molecules.
Bro, I am trying so hard to follow what this guy is trying to say. Like, oh, there's a culinary artist that seasoned this guy. Is that supposed to be some metaphor by how sexy he is? Whatever these jokes are, okay, it's so poorly executed. Like, dude, you're not funny. The majority of the Genshin Impact community can only have two types of talents, okay? One, you either love kids more than any other competitor, or B, you're so unfunny that you blow all of your jokes into oblivion, and you're just, you can't make anybody laugh. But don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the only unfunny video that this Asian gentleman has made throughout his entire life. He has made 2 other videos about Genshin Impacts, and geez, am I actually disappointed? Let us go together and take a gander at Genshin Impact Climbing Moans tier list. Yes, that is actually a thing.
So there hasn't been a tier list made for the climbing moans in Genshin Impact, so I decided to make one. Here we go.
I just need to take a moment to go ahead and thank this guy once again for putting the children in the child tier. Thank you. Thank you. You know, audience, I know I keep on nagging this guy and whatnot, but dude, you gotta respect him for at least for that, right? He's not like every other Genshin Impact player, so I'll give him that. But he's still making a video about moaning in Genshin Impact, alright? So he's already a degenerate. I mean, that's the furthest of respect that I'm going to give this guy, because I'm not gonna touch this guy with a 10-foot pole, because obviously, if I did, he would probably ooze pimple pus all over the place. And of course, I don't want to do that, so I think the closest amount of respect we're gonna have for this guy is probably checking out his tier list.
First up is Amber. Amber doesn't really have anything special. Although the pitch is good, the moan is quite staccato in nature, and the timbre is very lacking. Therefore, I judge Amber's moans to be C tier.
You know, audience, I really wonder what the voice actors were thinking when this guy was doing his tier list. You know, if I were a voice actor for a video game, I would probably expect the last thing for somebody to go ahead and review about me, the voice actor, is how sexy is my moan inside of a video game. I mean, I can go ahead and rank my moan right now, so I mean, yeah, I think that's like about like a 8 out of 10 in my opinion.
Next up is Barbara, and she's on a whole different level than Amber. The loudness of the moan has much fuller resonance, and the fluctuations in timbre of her moans are much more noticeable, and in fact, very harmonic. Barbara's moans definitely induce much more emotion than Amber's. This is exactly how you want a moan to be. Barbara is an easy S tier for me.
Audience, I've never seen a guy describe in such a poetic manner on how he gets a chode ever so beautifully. You could have just said that this character's moan gave you a stiffy, but no, you gotta get the Shakespearean dialogue out here to go ahead and explain to us on how this moan was so beautifully spoken. At the end of the day, dude, you could have just said you got a stiffy, but no, you know, I appreciate the extra effort. Believe me, I do.
Next up is Beto, and honestly, I had higher expectations, but unfortunately, I was let down. Her moans sound like impassionate hiccups, which is a shock considering her character design is so aggressive.
Her character design is so aggressive. Oh, what is that supposed to mean? The only thing that's going to be getting aggressive is this guy's meat after he got done recording this video.
With a character like Beto, you would expect some massive, sexy, medieval war cry moan from her, but we're just left pretty disappointed in my opinion.
What kind of metaphor is this guy supposed to give? What exactly is a medieval war cry moan? I'm sorry to burst your bubble, dude, but like every single voice actor and every single person inside of Japan is not gonna be like, yeah, daikirai, kuso, yokanai. I'm sorry, audience, but every single voice actor inside of Genshin Impact just cannot meet on the caliber of sexiness such as I.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot what I was doing. Lisa's moan is a melodic masterpiece that has transcended not just video games, but the fabric of space-time itself. They say you can't hear anything in space, but I can say with absolute confidence that aliens from distant galaxies can definitely hear this delectable symphony and are scared that we humans have produced a sound so astronomically majestic, which explains why they haven't contacted us yet. Lisa's moan is the first to reach SS tier.
Wow, bro, what a great way to say that yes, I do in fact do not have a job, I do not in fact have a girlfriend, and I've never actually felt the touch of a female in my entire life. Audience, I think it's about a good time I end off the video on a very stiff note. If you end up enjoying this video by any means, please subscribe to the channel, but yeah, I'm gonna go back to where the dark once came. Later.